Hello, I'm Robert Knowles.
And I am Richard Simpson.
Today we are looking at Joseph Stalin from October Revolution until the death of Vladimir Lenin. At the time, the Russian Empire was still using the Julian calendar, which is why it is to this day called the October Revolution, although it actually happened in November, by the Gregorian calendar used by quite a bit of the world at the time. It was October 26, 1917, according to the Russian calendar, when Vladimir Lenin officially declared himself the leader of the new Russian government. The new government was called Council of People's Commissioners. Lenin decided not to create a coalition government with the Mensheviks and the Socialist Revolutionary Party. Stalin agreed to this course of action. Joseph Stalin would find himself as one of the four people informally leading the new Bolshevik government. The other three being Lenin, Trotsky, and the often absent Sverov.
Stalin became part of the committee that was to draft the new constitution for the Russian Empire, soon to be renamed the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic. He also co-signed Lenin's order to shut down hostile newspapers in the country. Stalin's power within the Bolshevik Party was growing, although he was not as well known as Lenin and Trotsky. Stalin decided to take a page from what he considered the capitalist playbook when he supported the creation of the Cheka, the state security agency, and the Red Terror that came with that organization. Other senior Bolsheviks, like Kamenev and Nikolai Bukharin, had expressed concern about the Red Terror. Stalin never had such concerns.
Stalin agreed with Lenin that an armistice was in order with the Central Powers, although unlike Lenin, Stalin didn't believe that a communist revolution was about to sweep across Europe. The armistice cost the Russians quite a bit, and the Bolsheviks even more. The coalition government collapsed when the leftist socialist revolutionaries pulled out. The Bolsheviks renamed the party into the Russian Communist Party. A civil war started when the communists took over the government, with both left and right-wing groups fighting the new government. Stalin found himself sent to Tsaritsyn to help take charge of food procurement in southern Russia. Once there, Stalin took control of the regional military operations in an effort to prove himself as a military commander. A Stalin trait began to appear during his time at Tsaritsyn. He held a firm belief that victory could be achieved by numerical superiority, no matter the loss of life. Lenin was horrified by this tactic. It caused large numbers of casualties for Stalin's troops. Counter-revolutionaries were also ordered to be executed by the Cheka, often without trial. Also, many middle-class specialists were executed when he ordered a purge of collection agencies for food and military supplies.
Stalin continued to command troops in different theaters of the Civil War. He was sent to find out about the decimation of the Red Army troops at Perm. 3 months later, in March 1919, he was sent to Petrograd. A defection of a regiment of the Red Army led to the public execution of captured defectors. He was then sent back to the Southern Front. His standing in the Communist Party went up and down over the period. The Central Committee was impressed with his decisiveness, determination, and willingness to take on responsibility. But he was also known to disobey orders and threatening to resign if he was confronted about it. At the Eighth Party Congress, Lenin reprimanded Stalin for employing tactics causing so many Red Army deaths. Nevertheless, the party awarded him the Order of the Red Banner for his service. In December 1918, Stalin helped draw up official recognition for Marxist governments in the Baltic republics of Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. These Soviet governments were short-lived, as the republics managed to get independence from Russia. These decrees would come back to play later in history. At the end of the Russian Civil War, the newly formed Poland invaded Ukraine. Stalin was moved to the front lines in the war. the Central Committee decided to try and reverse Soviet fortunes when it comes to Poland. An invasion of Poland was ordered. Lenin was sure that the proletariat would rise up in Poland and assist the Soviet invasion. Stalin disagreed with this assessment based on the fact that Poland was just created and nationalist pride would cause the people to support the government.
The Polish-Soviet War did not go well for the new communist Soviet government. August 1920 saw the repulse of the Soviet advance. Lenin and Trotsky blamed Stalin for his actions during the war. At a Politburo meeting, Stalin felt so humiliated and underappreciated that he asked for his removal from the army. This was granted. The creation of the different Soviet republics in the Soviet Union was more or less a creation of Stalin. He was appointed at one point to the post of People's Commissioner for Nationalities. He felt that each nationality should be an autonomous republic with the national right of free expression. These autonomous republics, however, would be part of a larger Russian state. Two sides found this somewhat offensive. Marxists called it giving in to Bolshevik nationalism, and the others that were not happy about the Russianification was the entire former empire. But his native Georgia would be a different story. He felt that the Caucasian areas of old Russia, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, institute an opposition of minority cultural groups in those areas, instead of three different autonomous republics. He wanted one big republic called the Transcaucasian Socialist Federal Republic. This upset the Georgian Communist Party. They sought the support of Vladimir Lenin. It ended up that Stalin won that little argument. This would set up the fallout between Lenin and Stalin before the former's death.
Lenin would suffer a series of strokes, starting in May 1922 until the end of his life. Stalin, for his part, was a frequent visitor of Lenin's and was the main link Lenin had to the Council of People's Commissars, or Sovnarkom, the actual ruling body of the new Russian government. Although Lenin had often been agreeing on many things, the last 2 years of Lenin's life, these agreements became less and less. Lenin wanted a federation of Soviet socialist republics, all equal, while Stalin preferred a Russian Soviet republic with national autonomous regions. Stalin was accused of, quote, great Russian chauvinism by Lenin. Lenin, likewise, was, according to Stalin, giving in to national liberalism. The compromise was the formation, in December 1922, of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Ultimately, this created a pseudo-federal system, with the majority of decisions being made in Moscow for all of the constituent republics. Lenin also, after his first stroke, was growing tired of Stalin and his desire for power, his rudeness, and his Asiatic matter. Lenin went so far as to tell his sister, Maria, that Stalin was not intelligent. It was suggested that Stalin be removed from his position of General Secretary of the Soviet Communist Party. However, that never happened before Lenin would have his final stroke in January 1924, causing his death.
Join us next time when we cover the life of Stalin from Lenin's death in 1924 to the German invasion of the Soviet Union in June 1941. I've been Robert Knowles.
And I am Richard Simpson. Thank you, and good night.
Richard and I would like to thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Until we meet again, another point in history. Have a good day.